Oh, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sandy Sirapun, a student in the New International School of Thailand. This documentary is about hearing loss. Firstly, I'll be talking about causes, consequences, and possible treatment for hearing loss. Then after that, I'll be showing an interview with several people. In the end, there will be a concluding statement from me. I hope you enjoy. The most common causes of hearing loss is generally noise, the environment around the person. It's also age, your hearing traits as you age, and also genetically influenced. And then there should be several diseases that can affect the ear, such as Meniere's disease. Approximately one of every 1,000 infants and 1 in 3 people over 60 have hearing loss, which is the fact provided by a website. So the leak of hard hearing. Okay. You didn't know that? More than 33.7% of people have hearing loss based on noise like they were caused by noise and industrial deafness, like the environment around them. Some other people, 28% of people got it from age. 28% got from age, and the other percentage was either other reasons, diseases, or were born with it. Well, I want to talk about consequences of having hearing loss. Well, as many of you don't know, I have a hearing aid too here, so I know the consequences that come with it. Well, this isn't really personal for me, but here's the consequences anyway. So, consequences of untreated hearing loss is irritability, negativism, and anger. Then is fatigue, tension, stress, and depression. Avoidance or withdrawal from social situations, social rejection and loneliness. Reduced alertness and increased risk of personal safety. Impaired memory and ability to learn new tasks. Reduced job performance and earning power. Diminish psychology and overall health. There are different levels of hearing loss, such as normal hearing, mild hearing loss, moderate hearing loss, moderately severe hearing loss, and profound hearing loss, which is the highest. There are numerous treatments for hearing loss because there's no effective cure for it. So one treatment is also hearing aids. Another treatment is cochlear. I'm sure that some people would assume that these two are similar, but not really similar at all. So regarding hearing aids, they only amplify the sound, so it's not recommended for people who have severe loss of hearing or profound loss of hearing. So this is how it works. So the microphone picks up the sound from the environment and converts it into an electrical signal, which sends it to the amplifier, and an amplifier increases the volume of the sound and sends it to the receiver. The receiver speaker changes the electrical signal back into the sound and sends it to the ear. Then these impulses are sent into the brain. The brain hears and understands the sound as speech. The battery provides power to the hearing aid. I'm going to talk about the process of cochlear implants. So this is how it works. Sounds are picked up by the microphone. Then the signal is coded, turned into a special pattern of electric pulses. These pulses are sent to the coil here, and they are then transmitted across the center of the implant. The implant sends the pattern of electrical pulses to the electrodes in the cochlear, somewhere etched in here. The auditory nerves pick up these electrical pulses and send them to the brain. The brain recognizes this signal as sound. Did you know that there's a process that enables us to hear? So this is how it works. First step, sound waves enter your outer ear and travel through the ear canal to your eardrum. Then your eardrum vibrates with incoming sound and sends the vibration to 3 tiny bones in the middle ear. The bones in the middle ear amplify the sound vibrations and send them to your inner ear or cochlea. The sound vibrations activate tiny hair cells in the inner ear, which in turn release neurochemical messengers. Your auditory nerve carries this electrical signal to the brain, which translated to a sound you can understand. Hearing loss occurs during this process. In the first step, it could happen in the first step. It depends on the causes mentioned previously. Okay, what can we do to help? There are numerous ways you can help. One way is trying to understand the plight they're in, the predicament they're in. You have to become passionate to them as soon as possible. You see that they are normal human beings. We can communicate ideas to other people. People with hearing loss generally cannot communicate ideas well, but they can still hear and understand other people's ideas. As you can see, I have hearing loss too. So I might misunderstand some things. So please be patient with those with hearing loss. The second way to help is to donate or support and endorse the Hearing Loss Foundations. There are numerous hearing loss foundations all over the world. In Thailand, there are 3 or 4 hearing aid foundations, such as Nordlight, Intermex, and that such. Well, over the course of my life, I have faced many challenges with hearing loss, but I still overcame them. One of the many challenges I faced is swimming. As you know, hearing aids and cochlear implants are not waterproof. So whenever I go underwater, I have to remove the cochlear implant before. Once I'm in the water, I cannot hear anything. If someone's trying to relay me some instruction or something, I cannot hear them. So I have to communicate using the writing something down. The same applies for sleeping. When I sleep, I have to remove my hearing aid too. So if something happens, such as a thunderstorm or an earthquake, a disaster happen, I cannot hear it. And some people try to wake me up, but I'm still sleeping. Another challenge I face is also the battery. I have to regulate my battery for the hearing aid. The battery runs for 10 hours a day. So I have to time the perfect moment to change my battery. The last challenge I faced was I only have to wear this in one ear, so it means that I cannot determine the source of the sound. So if I hear something, I only hear it from the left, better in the left. So I assume that the source is from the left, not the right ear. There you go. Okay. 31st March 2001, the day my parents found out that I had hearing loss. The doctor said this to my parents: Mr. and Mrs. Siddhapun, the son has been diagnosed with profound hearing loss. No, to my parents, it was tragic and shocking, especially the fact I was just 1 year old. From that moment, my life was seemingly heading into a downward spiral. How does it feel? There is no voices in my head, just utter and pure silence. 2002, I resided in Australia for a year, hoping the doctors with a high-quality service would do something. They implanted a cochlear implant into the left side of my head. The tingling sensation, the acrimony, the pain. After the surgery, I was never the same again. I found it very hard to make friends or even come in contact with someone. Nevertheless, I garnered enough confidence with the urging of my parents to acquaint myself with the people in my class in Yossi. Soon I was socializing with other people and making friends. Pretty much, after 12 years, I made a lot of friends, and with them I would like to mention my experiences. Well, with being deaf, it did certainly impact my life, but I still live life as a normal person in an ordinary community. Do you find it difficult to approach someone hearing impaired? How would you suggest they improve their socializing skills?
Be that different, but if you're someone who can't get help, it can be massively different because you can't hear what people are trying to say to you, and people have to write everything down, and it can make social interaction with people a lot harder.
Yeah, I also think things that could be different if you have hearing problems is always having to charge your hearing aid and have it on, and if it's not waterproof, it would be kind of difficult in the rain maybe or going swimming.
I think that people that have hearing impaired will never experience the things that a normal person would experience unless it was someone that once had their hearing and then lost it later in life. but I feel like it makes life a lot harder.
Do you find it difficult to approach someone hearing impaired? How would you suggest to improve your socializing skills?
If they got a hearing aid like what you do, it's not that hard because they can hear whatever you're saying. But if they don't have a hearing aid and they have disabilities, it might be a lot harder, and you might have to organize a time or like tell them when you're meeting them and write everything down so they understand what you're trying to say and try to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, I also kind of agree, but sometimes they can hear better out of one ear than the other, so it might be kind of hard to get their attention from if you're on the wrong side, and if you're trying to talk to them from the wrong side, they could not hear you very clear, and you might have to repeat it a lot, but other than that, it's fine.
I feel like it's harder to approach them because if they don't have a hearing aid on, you wouldn't know that if they understood sign language or if they can read your lips. So it makes talking to a deaf person a lot harder.
Any difficulties with students with hearing loss?
Over my career, there has been a few kids that I've worked with that have had hearing loss, and a couple of kids at school that I work with now.
What advice would you offer to a person with hearing loss?
Would be number one position in the classroom. I think that's very important. Whether you're sitting at the front, probably sitting at the front so that you can see the teacher, so that you can hear the teacher better. It's different from being at the back where it might be noisy. Try to make sure that you're sitting with people that are paying attention. If you're with your buddies, sometimes you like to fool around and talk and blab all the time, but you may not be able to hear there'll be a lot of noise. You won't be able to filter out the teacher's voice. So position in the classroom, I think, would be my advice.
What is your opinion on schools offering special needs care for those with hearing loss? Would having a specialist accommodate them
I think
and
it's
how?
important to have people that understand those needs. And I think that although we don't have deaf kids at the school, we have a kid with a hearing aid and a cochlear implant. I think we have people that understand that and can provide advice for teachers and for the kids. But it's difficult when the school is not equipped for those kind of special needs.
The deaf community should be taken for granted and we live a normal and ordinary lifestyle despite our intangibles and difficulties. Our lifestyle is remarkably distinct because we function thanks to the cochlear implants and hearing aids. I understand being confusing other people, but it should be noted that the cochlear implant is the variant of the hearing aid, but more efficient and durable. I'd like to thank everyone for viewing this video. It has made a profound impact on the deaf community, and I hope you continue to support us by donating money to the Deaf Care Foundation or promoting this in social media. Thank you.